Hi, everybody. My name is Paula Phillips, and I teach at Lansing High School, and I live in Ithaca, New York. And I've been teaching AP Biology since 1992, and I've been a reader of the AP Biology exam most of the years since then, and I've held various leadership roles in the reading. And I'm also a consultant for the College Board. I've been consulting for their APSIs for about a decade.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here. Paul and I are two of the authors for the Teacher's Edition for Biology, the AP course, and that's why we're here to help you share with us from our experience how we get our students prepared for the AP exam during this last month. But my name is Jim Smanik. I'm from Sycamore High School in Cincinnati, Ohio. Have a lot of similar experience as Paula, just a little older. I've been teaching for, this is my 35th year. Also have been a consultant about 2/3 of that time. I also got a chance to work on the AP exam for about 6 years when it changed in 2012. So we've divided this PowerPoint up into three sections. We're going to focus on these aspects for preparing students that we found important over the years. Really, you need, number one is you need to be a coach. Make sure students have a plan and go in believing they can succeed. Anxiety is their enemy. Two, what can students do between now and then to get ready for the exam? What have we found to be the most efficient and effective approaches? And then finally, what resources do the College Board provide? There's a lot out there now, and so we'll try to sort through those.
All right, so the first thing that Jim and I do to give our students the best opportunity for success on the AP exam is to make sure they know what to expect. It never surprises me. Every year, 2 weeks before the AP exam or 3 weeks before the AP exam, I will remind students what is going to be on the exam. And a lot of times, there's a student who's like, wait, what, the exam's in 2 parts? Or what, the exam takes 3 hours? So it lowers their anxiety going into the exam when they know exactly what to expect. So I go over this a couple of times with my students. So first of all, the AP Biology exam is 3 hours long. It's taken in 2 sections consisting of a multiple choice section and a free response section. And again, I think it's important to say that to the students a couple of different times. So we're going to focus first here on the multiple choice section. And I would walk through this with the students, give them a PowerPoint, show them where this information is. So section 1 on the exam consists of all multiple choice questions. There are 60 of them. The questions have 4 answer choices, A, B, C, and D, and the students have 90 minutes to answer those 60 multiple choice questions. And the score that they earn on part 1 is going to be worth 50% of their overall raw score on the AP exam. So the multiple choice questions are a combination of standalone questions and also questions that appear in sets. So those lab set questions have a stimulus included at the beginning that the students have to read through. That does take some time for the students to get through. And then they have 3, 4, or 5 questions after that that all refer back to the same stimulus. So the students are definitely going to want to see what some of those questions are going to look like beforehand, just to make sure they know what to expect.
So have a strategy. So, simply dividing the amount of time by the number of questions, you get approximately a minute and 30 seconds per question. We all know some questions are calculations, some take longer, but it's just having that plan ahead of time. The lab sets are going to require more time, but no matter what, each question is just 1 point. So set a goal, big picture, by question 20, 25 to 30 minutes. It's always be a little, encouraging to be a little bit ahead of time. Question 40 by 50 to 60 minutes. If they go in there, they have a plan, which, reminds me, make sure is there a clock where they're taking it, or do they need a watch? Smart watches, Apple watches are not going to be permitted. So some type of timepiece is going to help reduce that anxiety and that unknown. Plan ahead. Like I said, panic, anxiety is not their friend. The approximate cutoffs are listed there. Understand that these are on the practice exams are the cutoffs. The exam was modified in 2019, but we all know the last 2 years have been adjusted because of the pandemic. And so, are these going to be the exact ones? Plus, they always look at comparing tests year to year. So the statisticians may adjust it. So these aren't etched in stone, but certainly for the practice exams, this is what we go by and they suggest. But once again, coach your kids up. I tell them, and I get fired up. I said, okay, your goal in part 1 is to compile as many points as possible, but at least half of your goal for what is it, 5, 4, 3, and those numbers. Therefore, make sure you answer all the questions you are most confident about and come back. You don't want question 60 to be easy and you don't get that point because you don't get there. Make sure that you work through that. If we go to the next slide, I continue with that. So a couple things here. Even if a student does not recognize the topic, assure them they probably have the knowledge to answer it, or the information needed is present in the STEM. A lot of times, they're using real data and from an example or a situation in nature that your students haven't seen before, very ACT-ish, but they do have the conceptual understanding, the knowledge to be able to apply what they know to it. So don't get intimidated. And that's why you're going to hear later on, we're going to say, the best approach is lots and lots of practice questions. Students can never earn a point for questions left blank, no kidding. But think about this, all right? So 60 questions, 1 out of 4 chance to guess. By making random marks, they're going to get 15. But more importantly, eliminating 1 incorrect choice would earn 20. Eliminating 2 would get 30. And remember, half of a 3 was less than 30. So they get all the ones they know. I think you can get the students to believe that for a lot of them, there's an obvious 1 or 2 crazy answers. As somebody that's on the exam, we didn't want that, but that's reality. And so encourage your kids. I have at the bottom there, so answer all the questions and grind like heck. Make it like a coach, make it like they're going in there, get the adrenaline going to answer the rest, knowing there's a value in eliminating what are crazy answers and then guessing. Let them decide whether they want, but statistically, there is no one letter that's better than the others.
And I think it is really important to let the students know, no one is expecting them to earn all 60 points. They don't have to earn all 60 points to earn a 5 or even just to pass the exam. And I think if you're grading, currently in a system where, they're on a percentage, their grades are on a percentage in your classroom, the students start to think, oh my gosh, if I miss 3 questions, I'm gonna fail or whatever. Make sure that they know that that's not the case here. They don't have to get all 60 points in the multiple choice in order to earn a 5. If they miss a couple of points, that's okay. They can skip that question, go back to it,